Hi, I'm Monique from Monique Field Property, and today we're going to talk about why you should get a market appraisal on your home. Whilst it's still relatively new in the year, now could be a great time to add to your other resolutions and act on that nagging feeling in the back of your mind as to, is it now time to sell your property? But it's not a good idea just to leap into the unknown and trust your luck. So before you decide to sell, I'd love to have a chat with you about what your home is worth. The answer is a market appraisal to determine the value of your property. Any listing agent can usually do a great job of working out a listing price based on comparisons of similar properties that have sold and the way the market is actually currently performing. A market appraisal is not the same as a valuation. Many people who have never sold a home before, or even some who have, can get confused about the difference between a valuation and a market appraisal. Both processes are ways of discovering what your property is worth, but there are some crucial differences you ought to be aware of when choosing the best one for you. When carrying out a market appraisal, a real estate agent will evaluate your property based on their knowledge of the local market and comparable recent sales. In making their judgment, the agent will take various things into consideration and let you know how much they believe your property will yield on the present market. The agent will consider the following things: your location, the features or the attributes of the home, the size of the property and the size of the land, and what other similar properties in your area have sold for recently. The average days on market, auction clearance rates in your area will also be taken into consideration, and the demand for your type of property, like who will be your buyer. The overall property market trends. Some sellers will get more than one appraisal, and since they're free, why not? And you'll compare the outcome. The outcomes can be different with appraisals and can vary a lot in price or be very similar. Please don't be put off if someone gives you a property price at the lower end, because you'll need to rely on an agent who tells you exactly how it is in this current market. The last thing you want to be doing is going to market with an overinflated price and having your property sit there. On the other hand, valuations cost money, and they're legally binding documents written by professionally trained independent valuers who look at past sales to determine the price, unlike a market appraisal where we sort of look into the future and predict what your home might yield. This is why banks use independent valuers, which are more conservative and are a safer option for lenders. So why should you get a market appraisal? Well, the most obvious one is to opt for market appraisals because obviously they're complimentary without any obligation to sell or to even use that particular agent. By having an appraisal, you can determine where your property sits in the current market, even if you merely only want to know what it's worth. It allows you to make good decisions about whether the time is right for you to sell now or to hang on and sell later. But having a real estate agent conduct a home appraisal on your property is also a great way of you getting to know the agent that you might choose and how you'd feel if they were going to be selling your home. Because at the end of the day, it will come down to who you feel like you know, you like and you trust to receive the best price for your home. Consider things such as their knowledge of the local market, how comfortable you feel with them, and to make sure you feel they have your best interests as a priority, and whether or not they're giving you a realistic appraisal of the value of your property, and make sure they explain the figure they've offered to you and how it compares with recent sales and how the market's actually performing right now. Talk to them about their marketing ideas and advertising, and by considering all of the above, when it does come time to sell, you'll feel that you'll have established a great relationship with the right person to sell your most valuable asset. If you'd like to see how we deliver real solutions in today's very different real estate market, contact me today. I'm Monique Field, and I thrive on helping people move from one home to the next with ease and grace.